Hi, my name is Yasu. I live in Japan and I do hitorigoto in my channel. And hitorigoto is a Japanese word. Oh my god. So it means talking to myself. So basically, I'm talking to myself to reflect and then just simply let everything out about what is actually happening in my life and then so on. Today I want to talk about me, no, uh, about like the situation of like it's not like progress, but like the fact that I don't stop drinking alcohol completely for 2 years, and then I am actually getting into the third year of not drinking alcohol at all, and then I want to actually talk about the and there is basically no conclusion of this topic. I just want to simply like what's going on, talk about what's going on. So I used to love drinking alcohol. I loved everything about alcohol, like taste, uh, the feeling that alcohol made me, all of those atmosphere at the drinking environment, like bar, party, dining. Dining parties, I really cannot believe that nowadays I can eat without drinking alcohol. But back then, when I was still drinking alcohol, it was inseparable. It was the way for me to enjoy any cuisines, the foods that I ate with like wine, Japanese sake, and then so on. Um, yeah, it was really a good time. And then clubbing and everything, it's all associated with alcohol and drinking with my friends. It's just such a fun thing. Um, and then even this video, like my channel, used to be about me drinking Japanese sake, introducing that this is a sake from, let's say, Yamaguchi prefectures. It's called Dasai, blah blah blah. I was loving that Japanese sake and I was loving alcohol that much. But everything really changed after I got sick. It all started from the when I realized that there is a lump here, and I went to see a doctor, and then they found a very rare tumor around here. Luckily, it was not cancer yet, but I had to undergo the surgery to remove everything. I was hospitalized, but for that part, it got recovered really, really actually well. Even though, like the first time that I got out of the operation room, and then I think one day later I got to see myself in the mirror. I still remember like half of my this part of my face was just so swollen and there's a lot of stitches and everything. I looked like a Frankenstein, and I was wondering back then, remember that will I actually look normal again? Is it possible? But yeah, it's certainly possible. Human body is actually amazing. It can really heal. Anyway, so of course, once I decided to undergo the surgery, my doctor told me not to get the drink alcohol. And then also like the back then, the COVID was still a thing in Japan, and my doctor was telling me that if I get COVID, they wouldn't let me undergo the surgery, and then they have to reschedule everything, and then they have no idea when they can schedule the operation next time. So it really got me scared. So I really wanted to make sure that I can just get the surgery done. So I didn't go out. So that was really like that's really the beginning of 2023. I still remember. But after surgery, a month later, my doctor says that everything is recovering, going well. If you want to, you can drink. And I remember I drank a bit of alcohol, but when I did that, unfortunately, I got fry syndrome. Basically, it's one of the kind of the side effect of the surgery that if I drink alcohol, like around this part, got it got a lot of sweat. So I kind of stopped doing it, and also at the same, that's why I stopped kind of drinking, and also my mental health got very deteriorated. I still remember, and that is why, like, even before I started to doing the depression treatment, I actually went to see my psychiatrist and then therapist to let them know that something is clearly wrong with me and I need help. And I explained everything to them, but back then they couldn't diagnose me with depressions or anything like that. But they told me that, oh, you just underwent major surgery and probably you're still adjusting everything. So you need to kind of slow down, take it easy, just relax. And probably I should have, but I didn't. So in 2023 July, I couldn't sleep no matter what. And before, I never had sleeping issues. So I just didn't know what to do. So I started drinking again, hoping that that's gonna help me to sleep better. But it didn't. If anything, it just made everything worse. And I think that that's really traumatized me. So whenever I think of drinking alcohol, that experience came back to me, and then I have this reaction in myself that I don't want to touch alcohol. So since then, I stopped drinking alcohol completely, and I haven't drunk alcohol for more than 2 years already. That's the whole kind of story, how everything has started. Um, it's very interesting that some of the people that I know who say that they're dealing with depressions or sleeping issues and taking medications and so on, but they still drink alcohol. But to me, I completely stopped doing that, and it seems it's very rare. And then I'm not really trying anything here. I just simply, I'm so scared if I ever touch alcohol again, maybe I'm gonna start having sleeping issues. And because of that, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to risk anything. That's my thinking. And also, in order for me to adjust myself to treatment for depressions and sleeping issues, I fixed my lifestyle completely, which means that I go to bed like 10 or 10:30 every night. And then because of that, I don't go to any kind of occasions that I would drink alcohol anymore. And because um, dealing with depressions, treating the depressions, I cannot take that much information. My brain cannot take it anymore. And what I meant is that if I go out and then meet people, socialize with people, my brain would pick up all of the stimulus and the informations, and it really overstimulate and then overload my brain, and then it makes me feel very confused and so on. That's why I completely isolate myself from everything. It's not healthy though, but that's the only way for me to cope with everything, which further enhanced my situation that I don't touch alcohol. And it's quite opposite of everything that I enjoyed doing. But I think I'm too traumatized about alcohol relating to the sleeping issues. So even now, I don't crave alcohol. I don't even want to touch alcohol. And I cannot imagine why some people stop drinking yet still craving for alcohol, because I don't have the urge. Unfortunately, fortunately, I'm not sure. Because there is a one YouTuber that I've been following, and he's a psychiatrist, and he talks about a lot of mental health issues, treatment, and his experience. And then I think once a year he talks about his experience of he stops drinking alcohol completely, and then he still continues not to drink it. I think he's getting into like fifth or sixth year of it. But every time I watched his video talking about drinking alcohol, and even though he doesn't drink it, he has this urge every day that he wants to drink alcohol, which it doesn't apply for me. So it's very interesting. But not drinking, not putting myself in environments that surrounded by alcohol, it really completely changed my lifestyle. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, because more and more study reveals that drinking alcohol, there's only negative sides, nothing positive about it. But life is not all about making healthy choices. Being healthy and then having fun and enjoying life are different kind of things for me. As long as you can sustain the health, drinking alcohol occasionally and having a great time with your people that you really care and love, that is very important. Unfortunately, I cut off that part of my life. Do I want to get it back? Not really. That's only because I'm so scared of drinking. That might be affecting my sleep. That's one thing. The other thing is that if I spend too much time outside talking to people, it's just simply going to use up a lot of my brain power, and then my brain doesn't have enough capacity to handle that kind of event anymore. Well, so simply put, I think I'm getting old. And do I miss drinking? I mean, enjoying good alcohol with good food. Um, Probably I do, but even I see my friends eating and drinking, me just simply eating and drinking oolong tea. I'm totally okay with that, so I don't really have that much urge to get that habit back. Not sure. So this video is not about if you don't drink alcohol, you're gonna get healthier. It's not such kind of topic that I want to talk about. And well, like, I don't really want to say drinking is bad because I really enjoyed drinking before. Oh, and I remember like the some people asked me, you got better and you got better from the depressions and the sleeping issues, and is it because you don't drink alcohol anymore? I'm not sure. At least like my doctor and then therapist time to time reminds me that it might be contributing to steady recovery because I don't drink alcohol. And it's quite interesting for me to see them saying that because for me, my my journey with depression treatment and then sleeping issues treatment, it's not linear. It fluctuates a lot. So much struggle, so much try and errors. Yet, to them, what I have been going through is quite linear. And based on how they mentioned, they are comparing my case to other cases that they've been handling. So maybe they are right, I'm not sure. But subjectively speaking, completely stop drinking, I don't know what kind of benefits that's actually contributing to me. But yeah, one thing I can say is that because I stopped drinking, I don't drink alcohol, and then because that really changes my behavior, that I go to bed like 10 and 10:30, regardless it's weekends or weekdays, it doesn't matter. And then because of that, I spend I spend less money, a lot of less money, and I think it's not good for Japanese economy. And then I think that is why, like, whenever I go to restaurants, that I support, I bring people who love drinking. Yeah, more than 2 years without alcohol. And it becomes part of my life. Nothing feels weird, nothing feels funny. It becomes part of me already. But looking back, me drinking a lot of Japanese sake, me drinking alcohol, going to club, bars, tequila shots, I don't think I would be able to imagine me not drinking alcohol at all. Life is interesting. Anyway, so it's just my case, and I have a feeling that it will continue to be this way, that I'm not gonna drink alcohol, probably however forever, but we have no idea what the future holds for us. So I might change my mind, and maybe I might start drinking, and then probably there's a situations that I might say that, oh, I was wrong, I'm drinking now, or I will continue to make this kind of video once a year saying that, oh, I still don't drink alcohol. But either way, what I want to say is that drinking is fun. If you enjoy it, please enjoy it for me too. But if you can enjoy alcohol, that means you're healthy. So please take care of your health. Because once you have health issues, then you wouldn't be able to enjoy drinking and everything. And it sucks to be in that kind of situations. And then it's already too late for me, but for you, it's not too late. So please, please take care of yourself. So that's all for now. じゃあね、バイバイ。